Apple's M1, M2, and M3 chips have changed the game, boosting speed, battery life, and performance. But what if I told you there's a fatal security flaw in these chips that Apple can't fix? A flaw that could leak sensitive data from your MacBook, iMac, or iPad. This isn't just a software bug, this is a hardware-level vulnerability that could leave millions exposed. What is Apple chip flaw? This newly discovered flaw, called GoFetch, affects Apple's M1, M2, and M3 chips. It's a vulnerability in Apple's high-performance silicon that allows attackers to extract sensitive data, including encryption keys, without your knowledge. Why is this a big deal? Unlike software bugs, this issue is built into the chip's physical architecture, meaning it cannot be patched with a simple update. Attackers don't need admin access. This exploit can be triggered by running basic code on a Mac. The bottom line: if you're using a Mac with an Apple Silicon chip, your data might be at risk. How does the GoFetch exploit work? GoFetch takes advantage of a feature called Data Memory Dependent Prefetching (DMP), designed to improve performance by predicting and preloading data into the cache. The risk: hackers can trick the prefetcher into leaking cryptographic keys and other sensitive information stored in memory. This attack can run in the background without triggering security alerts. It bypasses traditional encryption protections, making secure passwords, messages, and financial data vulnerable. The scary part: because this is a hardware issue, it cannot be fully fixed with a software update. What devices are affected? This flaw affects any device powered by an M-series chip, including MacBook Air and MacBook Pro M1, M2 and M3, iMac and Mac Mini M1, M2 and M3, iPad Pro M1 and M2. Good news: older Intel-based Macs are not affected, but if you're using an M-series device, the risk is real. Why can't Apple fix this? The worst part: Apple can't release a software patch to fully fix this issue. Why it's unpatchable? Because this flaw is in the physical hardware design of the chip itself. A true fix would require a complete redesign of Apple's next-generation chips. Temporary software workarounds might help, but they can't fully eliminate the risk. What's next for Apple? Apple will likely introduce new security measures in future chips, but for existing M-series devices, the flaw remains. How to protect your data from this flaw? While we can't change Apple's chip design, we can take steps to minimize the risk. Tips to secure your Mac: keep your software updated. Apple may introduce partial mitigations in macOS updates. Use full disk encryption. FileVault encryption adds an extra layer of protection. Be careful with untrusted software. Since this attack requires executing code on your device, avoid installing unknown apps. Use browser-based cryptography. Web-based encryption tools are less likely to be exploited. Monitor your system activity. Check Activity Monitor for unknown processes running in the background. The best advice? If you're handling sensitive financial or business data, be extra cautious with your Mac. What's next for Apple? Apple has acknowledged the issue, but since it's a hardware flaw, we won't see a real fix until the next generation of chips, maybe M4 or M5. Possible solutions: future Apple Silicon chips will likely have a redesigned prefetching system. Apple could introduce hardware-based mitigations, but it won't help existing Macs. New security-focused settings might be added to macOS updates to reduce exposure. Apple's M-series chips are some of the most powerful in the industry, but they come with serious security flaws. Now that you know about this vulnerability, what do you think? Should Apple take more responsibility for hardware security? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Stay secure and follow for more cybersecurity updates.